Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Down the Marco.
Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. It is your boy TGK back with another one. We are live. We are live here to talk about the unfortunate events that happened on this day a full year ago, officially now. Like, it's kind of wild considering we're here, and we're gonna have a show tonight. We're gonna go through everything in chronological order as to how the events went, everything that kind of led to this entire trade. It's a somber day, man. It's a tough day because I do wear my emotions on my sleeve, and sometimes it's kind of hard to wear what the hell I'm wearing right now and put on the light that I have right now for the simple fact of trying to remember this day. And you know, we're gonna do it, and I'm gonna try to do my best to go through everything step by step as much as possible, and that's gonna be literally the best I could do. And fortunately, I have a situation I need to share right quick. I need to fix this little family problem. Let me make sure I got this right quick. There we go. Okay, that's done with. All right, so again, Luka Dončić was traded on this day last year. The whole report came out like before midnight, then on February 1st, and then the trade officially happened, say February 2nd. So let's go ahead and over here right quick. So it all started, ladies and gentlemen, it all started on January the 7th. January the 7th, when this stupid meeting took place. And this stupid ass meeting took place where this jackass right here, where I can't point at, this jackass over here, Nico Harrison, suggested a stupid trade for Luka Dončić to LA for Anthony Davis. Stupid deal, right? And then this happened. It literally happened. And I have not gone to this coffee shop. I do need to go frequent it. I do need to go check it out. But that's where the whole debacle started. January 7th of last year. And then we fast forward to February 1st at midnight. And then this is where it takes us then. So breaking, the Dallas Mavericks are trading Luka Dončić, Maxi Kleber, Markieff Morris to the Los Angeles Lakers for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 first-round pick. Sources tell ESPN the three-team deal that includes Utah. And at this time, a lot of people thought this was a bunch of BS, bunch of fake stuff that everybody thought Shams was hacked. Everybody believed it. Everybody thought it. I was not the only one. And uniquely enough, I can show you who was live at the time when this happened. And yours truly was live when this happened. I was coming off of a Royal Rumble night, and I was having such a good time. Again, at this time, I was living in an 8x8. I am not, how would I say? I would not say I was ungrateful for it. I was very grateful to have a roof over my head. But my entire world, ladies and gentlemen, was in this 8x8 right here. And I'm doing Midnight Madness. I do and again, just so you know, if you're watching now, I'm going through chronological order as much as I can about this trade, okay? Now, at the time, I was the only live Mavericks content creator live. I was live about 20 or so minutes before the trade even happened. And I say that because, you know, I gotta give myself props. I was the only one live. So whenever you saw anybody else's reaction, you saw them knowing that they knew the information prior to going live, and then they gave you the reaction live. Whether and the two that I liked, I felt they were pretty authentic. The others, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's when you know certain information and then you go live and then you perform for that live audience, it's two different things. My reaction, right? Giving myself props. My reaction was probably the realest and rawest reaction You get that? It wasn't. I wasn't out of, how would I say? I wasn't like going crazy and losing my. Let's say I wasn't performative. Put it like that. I was actually a fan going through a heartbreak with the freaking Dallas Mavericks. Them trading my favorite player at the time, right? And it probably is going to be one. Anyway, so let me just show you how my energy before the trade. Okay. Just bored. Pick a topic. Will run my mouth. I might be back on StreamYard for a week. They gave me like a week. So I'm over here talking. Talk about the Mavericks a little bit. So then the match from Maxey Hardy in the top. So then we fast forward to this point right here. All right, right here. And this is when it happens. When they take over a stadium like they did tonight, that was big. I just think we got to make a move. I think we have to make a move. Nico knows this, and I know this. I don't know, man. Here we go. So hold my latte. Sold on that move, young. He says, check Twitter. Let me check Twitter. This is the moment when I see the stupid tweet. Here it goes. Now I'm gonna show you many reactions tonight. I'm gonna be here for a good little time. Y'all sit back, relax. We're gonna go through everything. All right. Did something happen? Here we go. Did something happen? Look at my eyes. I'm in disbelief. Look at this. Poor him. Poor me. If he knew what I knew now. Oh, is Shams hacked? Did Shams get hacked? Hold on. Did Shams get hacked? Ain't no way. Or you're thinking Shams got hacked? Ain't no way Shams got hacked, bro. Shams got hacked? No way Shams got hacked. That's hilarious. No. So this is my initial raw reaction. It's literally it's everyone's reaction. Like everyone thought he was hacked, right? I wasn't saying, oh, what the hell are the Mavericks doing? It wasn't even like that. It was, what the hell is he hacked? I'm laughing, joking like this is not real. Is this his profile? The Dallas Mavericks are trading Luka Dončić, Maxi Kleber, Markieff Morris to the Lakers for Anthony Davis, Max Christie for 3-team deal that includes Utah. Ain't no way. No way that's real, bro. Yeah. And then when I saw this at the time I still thought he was full of shit. I literally thought it like, like he's really hacked. Like what reporter would actually have to say, yo, this is real, And again, I continued thinking it was hacked. This is real. Sources tell ESPN full trade Lakers, Luka Dončić, Maxi Kleber, Markieff Morris, Mavericks, Anthony Davis, Max Christie, LA 2029, and what the actual hacked, bro. Hacked. Now I remember how I actually felt at that time. It was more so I was hoping. I was hoping he was hacked. It wasn't I was laughing because I thought he was hacked. I was fucking hoping he was hacked. Like I felt like this horrible feeling just internally, like, man, the Mavericks wouldn't do the stupidest shit you would. And you know what's crazy is I always fear them doing the dumbest shit, and this was one of them. And boy, did they ever do it. I'm gonna get to your comments here in a bit, man. Trust me, I see your comments. I will get there. No way. Ain't no way. Like, that's hacked. That's hacked. Ain't no way, bro. And then it wasn't until I saw Brad Townsend's tweet. So I saw Brad Townsend's tweet. Bro. That's when things changed. Even my homeboy was like, this gotta be fake, right? And I was like, because ain't no fucking way. Excuse my language. This just gotta be some fake ass shit. That's when I saw Brad Townsend's tweet. Wait. Ain't no way, bro. What is going on? Right here. Now Brad Townsend is saying league sources confirm this is when it got real. It's true. The Mavericks trading Luka Dončić, Max Kleber, Markieff Morris to the Lakers for Anthony Davis and Max Christie in the 2029 first-round pick. Hold the fuck on. Now it's setting in. Hold the fuck on. Don't hold on, TGK. Don't.
Nah.
This set is real now.
Nah, hold on.
So
Hold the fuck on.
So at the time, I had no other way to, regulate my feelings and emotions. So I had to call people. I had to start calling people. So this live stream is 4 hours and 4 minutes long. We're at minute 26. We're at minute 26. So let's get an hour into the stream. Let's go all the way over here. I got my hat off. We're being boys, having a great time. I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna hit y'all with a late night midnight madness and surprise people. I'm gonna have a long chat, just have a good conversation. Who on the phone early anyway? And then this fucking shit. Of all fucking things I could have thought would have happened on February the fucking 2nd, never did I fucking think Luka Dončić is gonna be traded for fucking Anthony Davis. Marcel, Anthony Davis doesn't get you the Luka Dončić. It doesn't. I'm on the phone with Marcel. Why the fuck Anthony Davis and a first round pick get you Luka? Oh my fucking shit, man.
Nico Harrison was desperate to get a deal done. Any deal. He needed any deal to go through. Because the fact that we now know that this trade happened over the course of like an hour or two goes to show that every other trade that Nico was trying to make happen could not go through. Remember, we're talking about how Herb Jones, we were aggressively pursuing Herb Jones for weeks, months even. That didn't go through. There were reports that would be like from the Jazz.
And by the way, this is how me and Marshall's conversations always go. So then we continue on, bro. I am still going. I thought this was going to be like a 40-minute midnight madness, and it turned into a 4-hour midnight madness. How are you going to feel like looking at Luka 5 years from now dominating for the Lakers? It is so stupid that this actually happened. And then at the end, I think I had slightly on.
I've never.
Here it goes.
I'd never in my life imagined this. Ever. I mean, him getting traded is one thing, right? If you were to tell me that, hey, Luka gets traded at some point, I'd say, oh, well, he demands a trade at some point. Like, it's just the life of having a superstar in the NBA. But to trade him without him demanding a trade is one of the craziest things I could ever think of.
Mm-hmm.
What does that send to the league? Like, what message are you sending?
Right.
If you could trade him.
So I had everybody on that night. I mean,
bro, this is just like.
I had slightly on for quite a minute. So I had a lot of people on that night. We all talked about the trade and everything that transpired. And it was very disappointing. Very, very disappointing that the organization would do something like that to someone as loved as Luka was. And the way they did it, right? The way they did it was just downright dirty, bro. And we're having to sit there and deal with everything that transpired that night with the trade, everyone dealing with their emotions and how they dealt with it. There were so many things that came out of it. I still cannot forget all the people that reached out to me. There's kids that I know that were named Luka. There's people that were hurt because of this. You understand the connection that Dirk had with Dallas and the fact that he passed the so to speak, baton to Luka, like, hey, this is yours to carry. And Luka was like the epitome of being that perfect, person to transfer mass fans for life to. And then for us to just ship him away the way we did was absolutely just gut-wrenching. It was gut-wrenching. So let's get back over here. Oh, hold on. I can't keep hitting y'all with the big transition. So after that, I'm going chronological order here. While I'm live, slightly biased goes live, and then things get even more interesting because now we're starting to get all the other reactions, right? So I'm in the mode of trying to figure out what the fuck happened. My mind is all over the place. Slightly jumps on, and we get this reaction here. Here we go. So he goes live. From the first second, he is just silent. Like, not saying a damn word, nothing. He's in shock. Like, the microphone is way back there. Look how far the microphone is back there. Probably doom scrolling Twitter right now. He doesn't say nothing for a decent minute. He's getting phone calls and everything. Let me move this along. Here we go. So it looked like he saw a ghost then. And said a word. What a shocking night this was. Shocking night. One of my favorite clips was the Denver Nuggets podcast. Now I want to believe the Lakers.
This is real, guys. This is real. This is real. This is real. This is not a hack. This is real. I mean, what happened here? What happened? I'm trying to walk myself through the process right now without knowing anything. I'm trying to walk myself through it. You trade away Luka Dončić for Anthony Davis and a 2029 first. Something's missing here. Something is not adding up whatsoever. Something's not adding up. There's a piece to the puzzle here that hasn't fit in just yet.
There was never a piece of the puzzle. Just an idiot running the organization. Hey, I forgot what was my favorite part where he's like, "What the fuck?
We're missing something. Something's not."
Is it right here?
Is this an elaborate prank? I believe that defense wins championships. Mavs GM Nico Harrison told ESPN regarding his motivation to trade Luka Dončić for Anthony Davis. I believe that getting an all-defensive center and an all-NBA player with a defensive mindset gives us a better chance to win. Oh.
Oh man, you can laugh at it now, but fuck,
That was
man.
a real sound effect that came out of my mouth. I wasn't even trying.
You could laugh at it now, but fuck. Like it was just gut wrenching, dog. It was gut wrenching. And then, so the night is going on, right? The night's going crazy. Everyone's on Twitter going wild. You start getting all these quotes coming out where they're talking about, oh, he was traded for defense, and just like the quote you saw from Tim McMahon, it just kept making things worse and worse and worse, and it's like when you are not in on the same page with someone, right? Like the fan base was on one page of what the Mavericks were doing, and there was one guy, Nico Harrison, that was on a completely different page on where the Mavericks were going to go, and that was just gut wrenching, dog. Anyway, now let's go over to Marcel. Marcel turned on his stream and just went straight after it.
We're not even going to do no intro. We're not going to do nothing. We're just going to get right into it, man. We're going to get right into it. Wait for a few people to come in.
Push it forward here.
No one likes this at all. There's a lot of you on the chat already. We got 178 people. I appreciate it.
Right,
For 5 first-round picks. Mikal Bridges went for 5 first-round picks. What is this? Did he request trade? No. Luka did not request a trade. This came out of nowhere. That's what LeBron knew Marcel. I don't know.
And Marcel went on for 3 hours this
It does
night.
not stop going off. It does not stop going off. My messages are blowing up in my group chat saying, Marcel, where are you? Where are you? A 32-year-old Anthony Davis, a 35-year-old Klay Thompson. Yeah, you got a 25-year-old PJ and Gaff, if that's your lineup. About this. Has Kyrie said anything? I'm on Twitter trying to see. You think later?
So just to show you, these were the things I was watching then. And it was just a really, really crazy night, crazy day. And then the following freaking morning, we get the most stupidest freaking press conference of all time, dog. Of all time. Obviously, from this guy over here in the hoodie that was sold by Rob Pelinka, there's a bunch of idiots being general managers of teams not knowing how to run the damn team. But here we go.
All right, I'll open it up. Thanks for everybody for coming. Jay, is it normally this crowded for your pregame speeches?
No, they don't want to hear about everybody who's out.
No, on a serious note, we definitely understand the magnitude of what just transpired. It's not lost on us. Definitely would like to thank Luka for his brilliance and, over the last, 4 years since we've been here, what we've been able to accomplish, as well as, Maxi Kleber, when he got hurt.
It just, what really still gets to me is that this fucking guy here, he had no background whatsoever with the Dallas Mavericks. He just didn't understand or know anything about the city of Dallas, DFW, and how we function as an organization, as a city, bro. Dirk and Mark Cuban built what we believe the Mavericks were. And this jackass selfishly did just the unfucking thinkable. And people could believe the conspiracy theories if they like, and by all means, go ahead. But I'm so annoyed that he's the guy that did this shit. And although he was now fired, like that's one thing. But it's the fact that he was allowed to do this damage, destroy the fabric of what the Mavericks was, and now we're left to put the pieces together. And thankfully, because if Cooper Flagg was not here, oh my God, this would be even worse. But he went on to think, yeah, exactly, Ronnie. He went on to think Maxi Kleber way more than Luka Dončić.
The other day, and I go in the back and check on him, and the first thing he says is sorry for getting hurt, but that just, kind of goes to the type of person he is. And then also smooth, like he was such a great guy in the locker room. So I just want to, thank all those guys for their contribution to get us to where we're at. And then as we turn the page, I think it's important.
And the more I see this, the more I start thinking Jason Kidd was in cahoots with Nico Harrison, because I think he was telling him, hey, man, I'm tired of Luka and his defense and la-da-da. And Nico just fell for it because he's an idiot, So that happens, right? So now we're going to move on from the trade, this stupid press conference, and then the following day, if I remember correctly, or the following days after, the Dallas Mavericks started announcing refunds for season ticket holders. And just like the fact that they had to go to that extent to do refunds and to try to pay money back, like it was sad, bro. Like it was just like a confirmation that they fucked up. They knew they fucked up, and the least they could do was like, oh, baby, we can give you your money back. You'll be happy with that, right? And boy, oh boy, was the Mavericks fan base not happy with that one freaking bit whatsoever. So then the next thing took place, and that was the protest in the plaza for Luka Dončić. Obviously, many things happened after that. The stupid quotes came out, a bunch of takes that came out, and people said things here and there. A lot of stuff happening, but everything was building up to this upcoming moment, the protest at the plaza. Thankfully, I was there live covering it, and there's so many other videos that you can go see, but I'm going to selfishly show mine. So I was there from the moment we got there. I did a live stream. I was doing the whole, protest at the plaza. I was documenting it. You see, so I was a legit journalist, ladies and gentlemen. And so I popped up there with Chris, MVP, Luka, and the homie Kid Muse.
What's your sign say, bro?
And we were there with signs and all that stuff. And as you can see, Chicken Man was right here. Fire Nico.
How's it going, man? How you doing?
Marcel was there with me.
Oh, snap. Oh,
So then everybody was piling in. And Marcel was right here.
because of his own ego, not because he wanted it his way. He thought it was what's good for the team. He hired Jason Kidd as the head coach because he thought it was good for the team. He hired Nico because he thought it was good for the team. He sold the team for his own reasons, maybe to step away.
Then the protest really gets going. You got this truck out here, fire Nico, sell the team.
I see my boy over there.
So I had a pretty good mic this night.
Credit he deserves on how he built this up, getting dirt. He stumbled, he failed.
Then we go back to the protest. Yeah, it's really packed down. Yeah, it was a lot louder than what the video and audio is showing you, but the protest happens, right? And then there's remember the whole, Nico's fearing for his life, and ESPN was reporting this bullshit and making the Mavericks fans look bad. Like the Mavericks just kept doing things that was anti the Dallas Mavericks fan base. They just kept doing shit against us. And then after that protest, the Dallas Mavericks take on the Houston Rockets in Anthony Davis' debut game. And boy, was it a game by Anthony Davis. It was a great game by Anthony Davis, but he gets hurt. And then it is just how would I say it? It was like a curse going on. It's like the worst got worse as everything kept going on. The fallout from the trade got even worse. And now AD is hurt. And now where do you go from here? Where do you go from here? And I got some other stuff over here I want to show. So then you go into the whole Anthony Davis gets hurt. And then the following days, that's when Patrick Dumont comes out and does the whole, if you're not like Shaq, if you're not like Michael Jordan, you're not like Kobe, you're not like Larry Bird, then we don't want you here. And he did that whole shtick and just further pissed off the Dallas Mavericks fan base. Obviously, Luka shows up in LA, throws up the A or whatever, the case may be. Oh yeah, no, it's there you go. There he throws up this, you know what I'm saying? LA or LA, right? Throws up the LA. And then it's real. It's as real as it got, man. And as a fan, I started doing live streams the day after, calling it the death of the Mavericks, the funeral, and all this stuff. Like I was going through it. And the way I explain it to my friends is like, the Dallas Mavericks were the one thing that whenever I watched them, I didn't think of the outside world. I didn't think of, the real life. I was able to lose myself in the game, lose myself in being a fan. And whenever they did that, they really ruined an essence of how I fan. Now the way I fan these days is completely different. It's not what it used to be. Obviously, you don't if you don't look at sports a little bit differently after that trade. I don't know. I think everyone's a little bit different, but you've had to deal with some kind of emotion after that. Because I just don't know how you couldn't if you weren't, man. Especially if you're that diehard of a Luka fan, to go through that and then act like it was nothing. Like I tell you. Let me read a couple of comments right quick. I got a bunch of stuff to show you. I got a bunch of stuff to go through. Welcome on to reflect the year after. How does it look from both sides? It's not always about who won or lost. It's how you feel about going forward. And that's a great question. That is a great way to put it, Richard Case there. Because how do we go forward? How do we move forward as a fan base or even just as people dealing with the stupidity of this trade, Richard says, do you have faith in Dumont, Cuban to build around Cooper and doing right, or the same way they did Luka? I think the fact that they saw what happened is they're going to build around Cooper the right way. Obviously, the turnaround might happen a lot faster than it should. It's just going to suck whenever. Well, it won't suck. I just wish Luka won those championships here. You wanted to finish the story in Dallas, bro. You don't want him to go win championships for LA. You just didn't. Do you have faith in the Rob Walters team to build a winner around Luka and Austin, or just Luka? I don't know yet. They gotta show me something. Yo, why am I depressed today? Because You know why. Appreciate you. Oh, damn, my damn comments ain't even showing up. Oh. Why are they? Oh. They gotta go. There we go. Bad, y'all. He says, yo, why am I depressed today? Well, you know why. I'm going back and forth between Slightly Marcel and TGK live stream. Yeah, that night was different, man. Different night. The night I didn't sleep at all. It was so shocking, bro. As a matter of fact, I think this is the perfect time to pivot into this video. So Bleacher Report dropped this video today, and I figure this is going to be one of the videos we react to. So let's go ahead and let's check it out.
What the f? It's one of those where were you when moments. Either you were awake at 12:12 a.m. Eastern time, or you woke up in the morning to your phone absolutely blowing up. Luka Dončić was traded to the Lakers. For Anthony Davis, an all-star, it didn't matter. It will forever be known as the Luka trade. A trade so insane that the person who reported it had to insist he wasn't hacked. And somehow it only got weirder from here. It's been 1 year since the most shocking trade in NBA history. Let's look back at all of the madness that has happened since. To understand the insanity of this trade, we have to back up to the 2024 NBA playoffs. Just months before the Shams notification of all Shams notifications, the Dallas Mavericks defeat the Minnesota Timberwolves in the Western Conference Finals to advance to the NBA Finals, led by 25-year-old superstar Luka Dončić.
Bro, it's, you know, what's even worse. What's even worse, it reminds me of like when the Mavericks made the NBA Finals and won the championship, and then they didn't run it back with the same team. They just let the whole team go. Obviously not as bad, but it is like, why is it the Dallas Mavericks? Like, why? Why was it us? Why was it us?
Face of the franchise, heart of the city, generational superstar Luka Dončić. Sure, they ultimately lost to the #1 seeded Celtics, but just making the finals in the first place as a 5 seed was a huge accomplishment. It was a run to be proud of. The future was bright. The Kyrie trade, which many people mocked at the time, didn't look so bad after all, and they had Luka freaking Dončić. Flash forward to February 2nd, 2025. Halfway through the Mavs season, everything falls apart in an instant. Here's how shocking the notification was. When Shams first broke the news that Luka was traded, he had to do a follow-up tweet saying, yes, this is real. Multiple NBA players were asking if he was hacked. Never before
the whole
has the trade
NBA
caused
was
NBA
asking
players to hop online flabbergasted. We have footage of the Warriors reacting from an event. Anthony Edwards pleaded to the Wolves not to trade him. Everyone was in disbelief.
This got to be the biggest trade I've seen since I've been in the league.
At 25, they traded.
I'm live, Mistra. I'm live.
The best scorer in the NBA at 25.
The sentiment from players and fans was the same. If Luka was being traded, no one was safe. Let me reiterate that Anthony Davis is a great basketball player. He's fantastic. But the outrage and confusion is simply a testament to how obscene it is to trade a franchise superstar who is beloved in your city and just led you to the NBA Finals. And there were no leaks, no reports. It truly came out of nowhere. Meanwhile, Mavs fans are absolutely
the protest.
outraged,
Where am I at? Where am I at?
How could this happen? Did something happen that we didn't know about? Literally, there's no other logical explanation to trade him, let alone getting no picks. This is when the reports start to come out. At the end of the day, it seems like one man really spearheaded this entire thing, Nico Harrison. The man that Mark Cuban hired as Mavs GM in 2021. The same Mark Cuban who once said, if I ever had to choose between my wife and keeping Luka on the Mavs, catch me at the lawyer's office preparing for a divorce. But Mark Cuban is not the owner of the Mavs.
Mark Cuban sold the team though.
In 2023. Nico Harrison, someone unknown to the casual NBA fan, became so infamous from this trade that people just started calling him Nico. He literally got Beyonce'd for being so hated by Mavs fans. Nico Harrison immediately becomes the main character in the story because ultimately there was no drama brewing where Luka actually wanted to leave. No, he said in his goodbye letter that he thought he was going to stay in Dallas forever. Luka was shattered, and the more Nico reveals about the trade, the more absurd the whole thing is. Nico confirms that he didn't shop Luka at all, didn't test the trade market. Let me be clear, you don't trade Luka. But if you do, you have to test the trade market. Desmond Bane, who I love, got 4 first-round picks. Franchises would have offered unthinkable things if they knew Luka Dončić was available. But Nico only spoke to the Lakers. And when he brought the trade to Lakers GM Rob Pelinka, Pelinka laughed at him. Nico admits this. Apparently, a reason he didn't call other teams was that he wanted to keep the whole thing private so that Luka wouldn't request a trade. Basically, he wanted to blindside him. And he did. Luka revealed in a sit-down with Malika Andrews that he threw and shattered his phone when the trade came out. His insistence that he wanted to be a Mav forever only made the wound worse for Mavs fans. So immediately, as Mavs fans protest in the street and the world mocks them, there were literal businesses using this trade.
Southwest was even against
the
this
Mavs
shit.
Start to leak things. Luka was out of shape. Yeah, the Mavs didn't want to extend him because they were concerned about his health and his taste for beer and hookah. Even now, it just feels insane to say. So these...
You know what's crazy is when this happened, I think I was live the day after this happened, whenever Luka drank the beer and Michael Finley took it out of his hands. I was live that night. I think I was on We Talk Mavs. And I had told the boys, like, I hope nothing comes from this fucking situation. And boy, did it ever.
Smears start to come out. Beer, hookah, worried about his conditioning. And Nico keeps on repeating, defense wins championships. You were just in the finals. And here's the irony. If health really is your biggest concern with Luka, it makes no sense to trade him for a 31-year-old injury-prone Anthony Davis. Immediately after the trade, everything unravels for the Mavs. Everyone gets injured, Kyrie tears his ACL, Anthony Davis, what do you know, can't stay healthy. In his debut, he was absolutely dominating until he went out with injury. Fans are chanting "Fire Nico" at games, they're holding up "Fire Nico" signs on the Jumbotron, they're chanting it even when their players are at the free throw line. PJ Washington actually called this out.
All that Fire Nico stuff, we're sick and tired of hearing it. We just want to go out there and play, and we want the fans to support us no matter who's on the floor.
It's a mess.
Oh, he was PJ Washington was really mad about that Fire Nico stuff, wasn't he? Really mad about it. I remember he was getting into it with Chris, MVP Luka. That was the funniest thing.
And behind the scenes, the heat is being felt. Apparently, Dumont started to get frustrated with Nico Harrison. According to reports, he didn't know how outraged Mavs fans would be and no longer saw Nico as a figure with irreproachable basketball expertise. Yet,
the thing is, Patrick Dumont should not even be looked at as like this great person that did the right thing. The fact that he allowed that severe of a decision happen, and the fact that he didn't know the impact Luka would have had, was the poorest representation of understanding the circumstances you were in. Patrick Dumont, you were just as much at fault for this than anybody else. When you're at that level of that high in the chain of command, when you're running a team and you allow a decision like that is going to impact the team from a financial aspect, from the fandom to how you're perceived like in the league, like, you don't let that shit happen. And the fact that he was a part of it and then grew, frustrated with Nico, like, no, bro, be frustrated in yourself. You allowed the shit to happen, dumbass. Nico is probably has a few cells loose up there. Because for him to even come up with the idea of the trade was dumb in itself. The return is dumb in itself. I know I hear people sometimes like Isaac, where he's like, oh, the trade is one thing, but it's the package you got, right? Like, Giannis is out there and he's getting they're getting so many deals for Giannis. The idea of trading Luka should have never been a thing. So I don't want to hear that, we should have got a better package. We should have never fucking traded him to begin with. Ever.
Pleas from fans, Nico stays employed. When Luka makes his debut in LA, Mavs legend Dirk is in the crowd. Let's talk for a second about Dirk. It's not often that a superstar is drafted by a franchise, stays with that franchise forever, and leads them to a championship. Dirk is a hero in Dallas, and many fans saw Luka as his predecessor. The fact that he showed up in LA to support Luka in his first game speaks volumes. And Nico keeps throwing shade at Luka's conditioning. When asked about it, Luka's response is simply, it's sad the way he's talking right now. The first matchup between the Lakers and the Mavs is in LA, and Nico pulls up. Him and Pelinka are just standing on the court laughing and giggling. During warm-ups, Nico is standing on the court just staring at Luka like a supervillain. And of course, Luka drops a triple-double and the Lakers win the game. And then comes Luka's first game back at American Airlines Center. When they play his tribute video on the Jumbotron, Luka is sobbing. It's devastating. Here is a guy who clearly thought he was going to be in this place forever, and he is just so visibly shaken up. And all throughout the game, fans are chanting to fire Nico. It really seems like all hope is lost in Dallas. But then something insane happens. The Mavs end up missing the playoffs because, well, they traded their best player and everybody got hurt. And somehow, with 1.8% odds.
And we'll come back to that. We're going to get to that eventually. But then a cool little video came out today. Salute Slightly and the Haymaker Network. Check this out. This is fucking funny as hell.
February 2nd, 2025 was a tough day for a lot of people, but as time moved on, we started to notice an unhealthy obsession with a certain topic amongst a certain group of people.
I solemnly swear to not discuss what happened, the after effects, or recycle any details related to or that thereof.
The Luka trade. The Luka trade.
The Luka trade.
Lukaholics Anonymous is a peer-led fellowship group of fellow Dallas sports fans who are looking to recover from what we call the Luka trade addiction. It is a nasty addiction that causes a habitual use of the Luka trade in sports banter and sports topics, and frankly, no one really wants to hear it.
All right, say it with me now. Defense wins championship.
Good. One more time. So in these rooms, we're focused on maintaining and achieving new sports talking points for these guys, so when they get out in the real world, they've got something fresh to say. That's a great thought, Julian. And when we have healthy thoughts like that, what do?
We go on Mavs Reddit?
No. Guys, we did this last week, okay? You don't go there, ever. We're looking to avoid regurgitated ESPN-style sports takes by avoiding...
Slightly looking a little too professional in that suit, bro, running his own reality TV. It's giving me Office vibes, bro. Cuban sold the team because he knew this would happen and he wanted to look like he wasn't to blame. Nah, Div, you didn't have to trade him, dog. Like, the Mavericks, they're still in this cap hell situation, regardless if they traded Luka Dončić or not. Like, I don't want to hear that you had to trade him. Like, there was just, it made no sense. It made no freaking sense whatsoever.
Avoiding any trigger topics that could lead to a slippery slope.
But when Anthony Davis is in the lineup...
Triggering, man.
Okay, we can change the topic. That's okay.
But dude, he's on the team.
Let's at least wait until he's healthy.
So we'll never get to talk about it.
All right, okay. What do we think about Dwight Powell last night, huh? Ugh. And sometimes it's important for us to take personal inventory and confront some harsh truths. Are you a Lakers fan?
Well, I'm a Luka fan.
No. Answer the question. Are you a Lakers fan?
No.
See, nobody cares about any of that other stuff. Okay, do you even watch the games?
I do.
But Julian, you have a child and you had a wife. You cannot stay up until 2 a.m. watching Lakers games. It's not healthy. And what we have found is that reinforcing positive subjects helps guide the path to healing. Okay, just forget about the vision. All right, just try again.
Cooper Flagg is a generational talent.
Very good. Great stuff. Bobby?
Max Christie, he's a good shooter on a great contract.
Good. Kevin?
Yeah, at least you have the Mavs Maniacs. I mean, you can't trade them.
Okay, that works. That's good. You think you guys are doing great. I honestly think we could take a break and come back and finish up this session.
No, I
don't lie. Slightly looked way too natural in this role. This is great. And then Bobby, he played his role pretty damn well too. This has been funny.
Like,
real good.
I think
too.
It's a good piece for sure.
Guys, we didn't get anything on that trade, on that return.
What are we talking about, huh?
Chris Humphries was a swing and a miss.
Cooperstein still got the pipes.
Remember we traded for Dennis Scott?
Huh. No. And every exercise is designed to get them back out into the real world to be the mild-mannered sports take artists that they were destined to be. I'm going to rattle off some names, and I need you guys to say something nice about them.
without getting into trade talk. All right? Let's start with Jason Kidd.
He has won more than half of his games as head coach.
Good. Nico Harrison.
I like Nikes too.
All right, that works. That's good. Patrick Dumont.
He said he liked Shaq, and I used to like Shaq.
Okay. Last one. Miriam Adelson.
Oh, look, great. Awesome.
The best.
So what's the success rate on this?
Well, success can be a bit of a tricky word to use. Right now, I would say 0, but we are striving towards at least getting one person. And if we can convert one person, then this was all worth it. We will always keep working to try and get these guys back to what makes them great.
I was just thinking, Jerry the owner should fire Jerry the GM.
Okay.
Okay. We can just go right into that meeting if you guys want.
I'm in.
Okay.
I got time.
All right.
Yeah. Jerry Jones, thoughts?
You ever notice the Haymaker logo looks kind of like the... All right, anyway. So that came out today. So there's been a lot of cool videos that came out today. And then LA, they had their own little video for Luka Dončić as well. I'm going to check that out right quick. Let me check that out. This is LA posting all of the records that Luka has already broken as a Laker. The youngest since Elgin Baylor to post 45 points and 10 rebounds. And Luka did that as a Laker. What the hell? The youngest?
Clears some space and buries a three.
October 31st, first Laker since Kobe Bryant to average 45 points over any 3-game span. That's nuts. That's nuts.
Luka, then he's all by himself. Just open the door. And
November 2nd, 2025, reach 165 points, total points, the most by any Laker through 4 games to start the season. Damn.
Good drive right at Jaquez, got him on his feet, throws it up and in. Little wizardry. 41 points and 12 assists.
Luka is one of 2 Lakers to record a 45-point triple-double, 45 points, 11 rebounds, 14 assists, 5 steals. One of 2 Lakers, bro. What?
of the quarter. Luka counterfeit goes, count it, and one for Doncic.
Most fan votes overall in the NBA, 6th NBA All-Star selection, 5th as a starter. There's more? Oh, it's just replaying. It's just replaying. But yeah, man. So a lot of information, a lot of like cool videos came out today in response to the Luka trade. But I did want to get back to one part of this, and this is whenever the actual team started turning their back against the fans, against everyone that supported the Mavericks, and just because they were voicing their opinion, it got pretty ugly at the American Airlines Center. So let's go ahead and check this out right here. Again, this is NBC 5 here locally. They covered whenever my friends MVP Luka and Kid Muse were kicked out of the arena. Let's go and check this out.
We have an update now on one of the Mavs fans kicked out of Monday's game. You may recall he was ejected after his friend exchanged words with Mark Cuban while protesting the Luka trade.
So tonight we have learned that that fan is sitting courtside, and it's courtesy of Cuban. Here's Meredith Yeomans.
Garrett Bussey is
Good
back
news.
at the AAC 48 hours after this contentious scene with security.
I have not violated.
It began with 2 minutes left in Monday's game when Bussey's friend Chris Taylor began shouting.
Fire Nico!
That led to an exchange between Taylor and Mark Cuban, which Taylor and Bussey spoke with NBC5 about Tuesday.
We expected something of this sort. I just don't think it was to this magnitude.
Both Taylor and Bussey were ejected because the Mavs say they broke the NBA's code of conduct.
I have not violated.
Social media fanned the flames when videos of the incident went viral. Then Bussey says Cuban reached out to him directly.
We kind of agreed that there was the whole deal, at least with him. His altercation with Chris was basically just a misunderstanding.
Cuban then offered and Bussey accepted 2 courtside tickets to Wednesday's game. He brought his 7-year-old son.
I feel like it's at least a step in the right direction, you know, like at least from his standpoint, I feel like the front office has a lot to say and come out and apologize to the fans, you know.
Common ground during a divisive time in Dallas sports. At the AAC, Meredith Yeomans, NBC5.
And the Mavs, they play at home again tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's crazy how big this entire thing got, and for me to be kind of cool with some of these guys that was a part of that whole situation that kind of led to being kicked out, and then for him to get tickets courtside, I thought that was cool as well. It's been wild, man. You and Marcel should be in the next episode, or the one with Slightly. Yeah. I would love for one day me and Slightly actually, collab on some content one day, but I don't know if I'm so far, not, because as you know, if you're watching this, I'm not a Maverick-centric content creator these days. I cover all sorts of things, so I don't know, but it'd be cool one day for me and Slightly to work together and work with Marcel. Come on now. Marcel, if you're watching this, it's time for me and you to finish our 2K series. It's time for us to finish our 2K series. Anyway, so they ended up asking Shams Charania today about the year that it has been since the Luka Dončić trade. Check this out.
Take us back to that night. I know you discussed this on the side too and on my radio show, but what stands out the most to you now looking back at all of this?
George, I don't think I've ever been as focused as to not having a typo in my life than I've been with that tweet. Because, that's the one thing that irks me with everything. But I was like, I can't have any issues with this tweet. And then the other thing, honestly, it took me 7 minutes to when I got the first heads up on this, and then to confirm it through 5 sources, and then I put it out. And then just how much my phone blew up to the point where literally I felt like it was malfunctioning. I literally had hundreds of text messages, call upon, when you can't even look at your phone and open your home screen because you just have call after call because everyone had the same question. Is this real? Are you okay? Did your phone get hacked? Are you in trouble? Did someone take your phone? The amount of questions, I think people felt concerned for my safety. I think people felt like I had been tampered with, but thankfully I was good. And I put up a follow-up tweet afterward. I'm like, I'm gonna make sure everyone's good. Everyone knows this is a real thing. And I think when I put out, yes, this is real, I think people felt even more so that I had been harmed or that something had happened. So.
Listen, I remember being on a plane to Milwaukee, and I was one of those probably thousands of people that texted me like, "Yo, you good?"
So that gets me to ask, where were you? In the chat, can y'all let me know where were you when the actual trade happened? I want to know where you were at, what the hell was going on, things of that sort. So if y'all don't mind taking a quick time to just kind of comment that, let me know. I would like to hear your where were you stories. Actually, as a matter of fact, I'll just put it as good. Where were you when the trade? We all have different stories, and this video here about DLLS is pretty cool. I want to check this out and show y'all as well. They go over talking about where they were when the trade happened.
Hold on. You should check your notifications right now.
Whoa, wait, is this real?
Hold on.
What?
Whoa,
hold on.
hold on.
This is not real. Why did Shams tweet this?
I mean, you're looking like you're seeing a ghost right now or something.
Bro, Mike, oh my gosh, Mike, oh my gosh.
What happened?
Luka just got traded to the Lakers. I'm not trolling.
The Lakers just got Luka Dončić. No, they didn't.
Man, Luka got traded. You lying!
What the actual? What?
This is not real. Why did Shams tweet? Someone hacked him. This is a hack.
Anthony Davis, Max Christie.
Is
this fake?
It's fake.
Did he get hacked?
Please don't tell me that your dumbass got fucking NBA synthelled.
It's fake. No, it's not real. Are you sure? Real. I know, but did he get hacked?
People thought he got hacked, and he literally responded, "No, this is real."
Yeah, because he's hacked still. No, ESPN. No, I just got an ESPN notification on God. On God, I'm not even lying.
I just don't understand, bro.
DJ announcing it.
I'm not in the mood, really, man. It hurts me from the inside.
What the fuck is going? Why did they do this?
What the fuck just happened?
Oh my gosh! What?
No way! Oh, this isn't real. This
doesn't make sense.
There's no fucking way this is real.
Oh my God. Yo, slow! No way that's real.
He's crashing out.
They just traded their future for AD.
Dallas is so stupid.
Swear to God, if Luka traded, I will never watch a Mavs game.
1 year later, man. Damn, it's been a year, bro.
The night Luka Dončić got traded.
In the hours leading up to the trade, I had a fantastic night.
The Mavericks ruined a perfectly good Saturday for me.
I'll never forget the night Luka was traded. I remember exactly what I was doing.
It was a Saturday night in the middle of the season and there was no game. These are rare. You want to take advantage of them.
It's having a great Saturday.
I had just watched the Royal Rumble, my favorite sport, professional wrestling.
I was playing video games in some good company, enjoying some beverages as adults are wont to do on a Saturday night.
I was in like a Twitter space talking to some of my friends.
It was a boring chores weekend, and I was rewarding myself with a glass of wine at a bar.
Having a great time, not a care in the world.
And I was about 5 minutes away from going to sleep when I look down at my phone and I see this notification come through that says, Luka Dončić has been traded from the Dallas Mavericks to the Los Angeles Lakers. And the first thought that goes through my mind is, oh, Shams got hacked.
The Shams tweet dropped, and I was like, oh, no, this is fake. Shams is 100% been hacked.
All of a sudden, I see that Shams, his Twitter was hacked.
Because there's no way in hell that this actually went down.
Someone texted me about this. We laughed about it for a second. We examined the syntax of the Shams tweet. I was convinced that the tweet itself didn't sound like him.
And then a couple of minutes later, I see the next tweet that says, no, this actually is.
What the hell is it? The syntax of the tweet? All right. That's a little bit much, you know what I'm saying? Salute to the homie, though, man.
It's real, and I thought to myself, that's exactly what someone would say when their Twitter account had been hacked.
Even when he followed up and said, this is real, he's never had to say that before. He doesn't say things like that. He doesn't word his tweets like that.
For the first 5 minutes, no one believed it. People laughed at everyone else. They even thought it was even believable that it happened.
And I was convinced that it was fake, that it was a hacked tweet, hacked account. I thought trading Luka was a great way to prove it.
So I'm trying to find anyone else to confirm that this trade had actually happened. And the first one that I saw to actually confirm it, Brad Townsend of the Dallas Morning News, who said, no, the unthinkable has happened. Luka Dončić has in fact been traded from the Dallas Mavericks to the Los Angeles Lakers. And I lost my shit.
It was screaming. I know everyone kind of saw that video of like all the people like screaming like, what the heck, Anthony Davis was traded for Luka Dončić? Like that's kind of what the chat was. Pure chaos.
My phone buzzes. It is Kevin Gray. I believe he's called me maybe twice in my life. And so I'm thinking there must be like a family emergency or something. Like this has got to be really bad. It was way worse than I could have even imagined. He just calls me frantic.
I was like, hey,
Bobby, have you checked your phone? Bobby, have you seen it? I'm like, what? Kind of delirious.
Like, check your phone. I need you to check your phone right now.
Okay. The first like 25 things I see are just cuss word. And then I finally get to it. Shams Charania, the Dallas Mavericks have traded Luka Dončić. And I'm like,
hey man, there's some good editing, by the way. The Slightly video was pretty, really good production. This is pretty good from an editing perspective. Some good stuff right here, man.
Holy shit.
And then reality started sitting in. I've got to tab out right now. I've got to go. This is real.
And we all just were like, this is like the craziest moment ever in the NBA.
And from there, chaos.
All I remember after that is a frantic planning and operation. When are we going live? How soon? How do we unpack this?
So trying to plan a show in matters of minutes to try to get this all together, to publicly deliver this news to thousands of Mavericks fans who are in shock that their favorite player and superstar that just led them to the NBA Finals is now gone. It was nerve-wracking.
And so the next thing you know, like it could have been 5 minutes later, it could have been 30 minutes later, I have no idea, but we're live.
And I think it was the show itself where it started to feel real.
The most unlikely of breaking news, the Dallas Mavericks have traded Luka Dončić to the Los Angeles Lakers. This is not fake. I'm not trying to psych you out. Ashton Kutcher not showing up here. This is real. One of the biggest bombshells to have dropped in the NBA over the last 25 years, and that's not hyperbole.
I worked for that team for 10 years. The Mavs have been a part of my life for a really long time. It's more family than team to me. And so there's a lot going on in my my mind whenever this is happening. I'm thinking about the fans, I'm thinking about myself, I'm thinking about Luka, I'm thinking about the team, I'm thinking about the whole deal. And like, how can you even make sense of something like that, let alone when you're about 14 whiskeys in, like I was?
A lot of people that I know that worked with me at the Mavs or at work in the league have been texting me. Everybody that I've ever met in my life has been texting me or calling me, because this is probably the most unexpected moment, I think, in the history of Dallas sports.
I would describe myself, my feelings, what I was feeling, almost like I was locked in a way that most NBA news cannot make me feel. Like, this was so unprecedented.
There's no scenario where the Dallas Mavericks trading Luka Dončić, a player who was their franchise, the guy who was going to be here, the guy who was the next Dirk. There's no explanation that makes sense to me.
Part of the reason you can't do this is because of the fan base, because of the relationship that's built up, because this was a player who made it exceptionally clear he did not want to leave. He had no plans to leave.
Luka is one of the most popular basketball players in the world. If you asked Mavs fans that have been to any game at the arena this season, probably 70% of them would say that he's their favorite Mav of all time, even more than Dirk, who you raised a statue for a couple years ago. And engraved on that statue is "Loyalty never fades away."
Knowing how much Dirk meant to the city, 21 years with one franchise, you beautifully transitioned from Dirk to Luka.
Beautifully.
And you have this passing of the torch, and then he takes the team to the NBA Finals. He's connected to the community, connected to the city. He's become one of the most popular players in the NBA and became part of the fabric of the DFW area. And to have that ripped out in the middle of the night with no warning, shocked and upset doesn't even come close to crystallizing how I felt.
There's like 2,000 or 3,000 people in our chat. There were grown men crying in the chat. Just everyone is melting down. Like, everyone is.
You have literally traded away a Hall of Fame player at 25 years of age to the Los Angeles Lakers for a player and Anthony Davis, who maybe at this stage in his career has 2-3 good years of being at the peak of his height as a player. If he stays healthy, there is no world where this trade makes any sense. You decided to move on from that guy. I'm not going to introduce any logic to this because there is none, period.
It felt like a city and a team and a fan base didn't deserve this, given all the things that the player had already been able to achieve, and what it felt like was another 10 years of what could have been simply torn away in the middle of a night.
You chose this path.
Oh my God.
You chose the shorter path, and you chose to advance the timeline. And now you have chosen to give up any chance of a long-term timeline.
I was aware that there was friction. I was aware that the relationship between Luka Dončić and Nico Harrison was rocky.
All I can tell you is that I don't know if Nico thought he could win with Luka. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. You just
that is my
went to the
understanding
NBA
from
Finals.
But that was, in my head, setting up a future storyline. It was setting up some conflict that they would have to deal with. Just not at this trade deadline, not in that moment. I could have never imagined Luka Dončić would be traded by the Dallas Mavericks.
All the different moments that you would hear about the overweight things, you had to think about, like, who was leaking some of this stuff? I'm like, oh, it probably was Nico Harrison / his camp. So I'm like, oh, this guy literally must have hated Luka Doncic's guts.
The Mavericks had major concerns about moving forward with Luka Dončić due to his constant conditioning issues.
The one way to get people to tune you out whenever you use that as some sort of justification for breaking their hearts is when the player that you trade Luka for is like the meme. He's like the butt of every injury joke.
Probably the worst moment of the night for me, or of the stream at least, I was going into coat mode. Okay, I'm going into coat mode. I'm like, well, Luka's out. Maybe he's going to be out for a really long time. So, like,
you know, I think that a team with Kyrie and AD can be really good and make the playoffs. I mean, the one difference between, I don't actually know this. I'm not trying to make a joke. Is AD healthy right now?
No,
is he playing?
He's out, right? He's out for at least a week right now.
Oh my God, are you serious?
That's the whole problem. Anthony Davis is injured right now.
Oh shit! Oh no, that's so much worse.
Damn. Okay.
Again, he's not even healthy.
Oh my God.
In the trade you just made to get for him.
The very idea of trading for Anthony Davis to be a part of the future, knowing the kind of injury history that he's had, and you trade for him while he's hurt,
It was terrible. There's no making sense of it. There was no rationalizing it or anything.
This is my
Sure as hell didn't show
32nd
up
year
fat this-
covering
this,
the league.
this season.
I've covered a lot of deals in my time, and for this to unfold in the way it did, such surprise. I can tell you throughout the Mavs' own organization, there is shock because the front office has kept it quiet.
I remember during that conversation, I'm just like, this is just an absolute betrayal. This is a complete and utter betrayal in a league where superstars only get moved if they want to. For the Mavs to trade that guy the way they did in the middle of the night without him asking out was just, it defied everything that I thought I knew about the way that the NBA works and teams work.
John, they're in the corner. Luka goes in. How did he do it?
So many special moments,
Do
man.
it. That is Luka magic.
Time has not healed any wounds. The trade gets worse and worse by the day.
That was a night I'll never forget, a true where were you moment for me, and I think for Mavs fans all around the world. For many of whom it was the last night that they called themselves a Mavs fan. You know, I'm sure there were people that watched that show that have not been back in our chat since because it's just too much for them.
Doncic for the lead. Got it. What a shot. Still loose. Luka got it back.
See these highlights. and
To me,
it's
there's no
like,
question that the Luka trade is the most staggering decision ever made within sports history. The feelings I had the night of the Luka trade, I don't think I've ever had those regarding anything in my time covering the NBA.
It is party time in Dallas, Texas, and the dude throwing the party is Luka Dončić.
This wasn't the biggest sports story. This wasn't the biggest local story. This was the biggest story around the world for a 2-week period.
Doncic pulls up. Bang! Bang! Doncic wins the game at the buzzer.
From all the editors and just all the other just like regular journalists, like the crime reporter would ask like, whoa, Luka was traded? And you'd like, wait, this person would never come up to the sports section. So that's what I kind of do. This is transcendent sports, essentially.
It touched the entire NBA community, like the amount of sympathy that came in from other fan bases about, hey man, I am so sorry that this happened to you and your team. That just gives you an idea of what the rest of the NBA world thought about it.
Here's Luka. Gets it away. It's gone. A Doncic dagger.
Really, for the first time in my life, I think I saw an NBA team peer into its fans' soul and just go,
What really stands out to me is it was a testament that fans have power, that fandom is a thing that even billionaire sports owners have to listen to.
Fire Nico! Fire Nico!
I was in a space with a Mavs fan when this did go down. He was beside himself. He still has yet to recover. He still has a jersey. He got his son a jersey. Still watches dang near every Luka game. He's always gonna be a Mavs fan, but he like roots for Luka Dončić to do well still to this day.
Dumbest trade in NBA history. This will be talked about for years and decades. This is one of those trades that you look back on and you wonder 50 years from now, what in the world was that dude thinking?
Draft night 2018, they pull off the trade and I'm backstage and I'm just hugging all of our coworkers, all of my coworkers. We're like partying backstage. We're like, we got this guy. We have the thing. This is the moment. And so to see his whole career happen and everything, it was amazing. It was a privilege. It was a pleasure. The thing that I've said is whether or not Luka stays for his entire career or leaves, enjoy it while you can because one day it is going to end. I thought it was going to be in like 2029 or 2030, but it's 2025 and Luka's no longer on the team.
But I think if anything, experiencing that together brought us all closer together.
And you know,
yeah, when they start going into they brought us closer together, that's when I tuned out. So you watch all those freaking highlights, man, and you know the one thing that sticks out to me is just like, you know, I think the fan base is they're gonna have to move on regardless, right? You got Cooper Flagg, and obviously the Mavericks need to and Div out here trolling me out here. Cause there ain't no way I'm gonna fall for this. They just go ahead and look on Twitter. Just go ahead and look on Twitter. And no, good try. But you know, it just sucks at the end of the day that you know, this stuff happened and Luka Dončić is no longer part of the Mavericks. But again, I think the one saving grace is the Mavericks did get lucky in getting Cooper Flagg. So now you can start to heal the process, I guess. But I know personally, this is where I personally stand with the Mavericks. I am not a diehard Maverick fan any longer. I do root for the team, just like I root for Luka and the Lakers, just like I root for Wemby and the Spurs. I literally root for players now, right? And I wonder where a lot of fans, how they feel about the team, because I know my friends, they're not diehard Mavs fans anymore either. So it's just, like something about being a Mavs fan right now has this stigma to it that I just can't get over it, man. So I did ask where you were when the Luka trade happened, and I got a couple of responses. Guguru says, I was in an Airbnb at the time, actually. Man, who were you in an Airbnb with, man? How did that go? McCloskey says, I was right here with you when you found out. I do remember you, yeah. It sucks we all had to find out together. I thought I was going to do another cool little Midnight Madness and just, hang out and nope, right? I had to rush to the corner store to get a beer and stayed up a lot longer than I intended. Marshall streamed till like 4 in the morning. Yeah. We were all up until 4 in the morning. That was the crazy thing about it. I was on here on your show. Case is my guy. I was at home winding down for the evening when I got a text from Sham's tweet. I couldn't believe it. I started checking other sources. I couldn't sleep at all. Yeah, man. Like, and when I say this, I feel like it becomes a little cheesy for people, right? But here's how I felt about it, right? Again, I've been a lifelong fan of the Mavericks, loved them to death. They were the reason that I was able to fall in love with the sport as well. And the Mavericks always felt like it was a fan connected kind of team where they always listened to the fans and did right by the fans, even though they did some stupid shit, right? I never thought they would have betrayed us by trading Luka. And to me, it was like heartbreak, man. I lost two things that night. Lost Luka getting traded, and then I lost my lifelong fandom to this one team that did some BS. That's how it goes. So we fast forward, right? We go into the quotes, the stupid quotes that the organization had about Luka. We go into Kyrie tearing his ACL, unfortunately, and then we go into Casey Smith getting, well, he was fired before then, but he was fired by Nico while his mom was on her deathbed. Like, everything that Nico was and is and has been is just one piece of shit. Like, he's a piece of work, that piece of shit that he is. And, the way he treated people, the way he put Lively in danger with forcing him to play with a bad foot, rushing AD to come back and play basketball. Like, Nico Harrison was not fit to be a GM. Even though early on he did a marvelous job on some of the trades, losing Brunson, I definitely hit him for that. There's been other things he's done, trading freaking Quentin Grimes, just stupid guy. Stupid guy thinking that the game is played by defense when you need to score the bucket to win. Again, the Mavericks go into the lottery. They get Cooper Flagg. And now I can bring you back to this video so we can get back to the whole Cooper Flagg angle. And the Mavericks get lucky, rigged, whatever you call it. But they ended up getting Cooper Flagg.
They got the #1 pick in the NBA draft. This isn't just any NBA draft. No, not all NBA drafts are created equal. The year before, the #1 pick was not going to alter any franchises. I'm sorry, Zachary Risache. This is the year that generational prospect Cooper Flagg is set to join the NBA. So after the Mavs get the pick, Nico Harrison says, fortune favors the bold.
Oh yeah, that too.
Can't make this up. In any other scenario, a fan base would be over the moon. Mavs fans don't know how to feel. It's like they just get this prize for getting their hearts ripped out. On one hand, they're happy, but how excited can they be when they're still mourning their beloved superstar? Now that this whirlwind of a season is over, Luka is doing what anyone who just got dumped and body shamed would do, working on his revenge body. But he does this in the most epic way possible. He gets on the cover of Men's Health. He said, oh, you think I'm unhealthy? How about I just become the picture of health? Cooper goes to Dallas, but this still doesn't stop the fire Nico chants. At one point, Cooper's mom even tweets about it. The noise is just...
Oh, yeah, she did. Kelly Flagg, bro. Retweet wasn't about fire, nigga. It was about the fact that the fans were chanting during our free throws. Our guys had nothing to do with what went down. It's done now, so we all need to move on. Hopefully better days ahead. And I said, you know, Mavs thing, you don't have to apologize to Cooper Flagg's mom. She's just not understanding the city, not understanding what we just gone through. And when she said our guys had nothing to do with that, Nico Harrison did. Nico Harrison had everything to do with it. So of course we're gonna voice our opinion. And you know, if y'all want to dig into the rabbit hole of Kelly Flagg, y'all could do so. But she's an interesting person.
At this point, Patrick Dumont clearly has no other choice. 1 month into the season, he finally does it. He fires Nico Harrison. Mavs fans rejoice. Luka returns to Dallas to play against Cooper Flagg for the first time. Before the game, he hosts a private suite with Mavs fans who he saw showing love to him online and gives them gifts, meeting them before the game. The energy in the arena is already much better than the game before. It helps that nobody's chanting for anybody to be fired. There's this surreal visual of Luka walking towards the Mavs tunnel at halftime, clearly muscle memory, and then remembering that he's no longer on the team and turning around. Mavs fans are still heartbroken, and moments like that do really make it worse, but it helps that the man who orchestrated the whole thing is no longer with the team, and that Cooper Flagg is obviously going to be an incredible player. Here's the most important thing to remember. This trade was an epic failure. Getting Cooper Flagg was not part of Nico's plan. There was no good reason to do what the Mavs did. Trading a beloved young and generational superstar a year after he led you to the finals, not even shopping him, blindsiding him, receiving no picks. This is undeniably the most shocking trade in NBA history, and honestly, you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone who didn't call it the most shocking trade in sports history. It truly altered the course of not only two franchises, but an entire league forever.
Forever. Yeah, man. So now we sit here, now we're here today, and you know, I think a lot of us are just in different places, different emotions, and this doesn't feel the same right now. You know? Been following the Mavs since the 80s. Now I watch, but really don't care if they win or lose. Sad to say, I will always follow Luka now. Darlene, that's pretty spot on. I do hope for Cooper Flagg to be successful, but whether the Mavs win or lose, it doesn't hurt my soul anymore. But you know, I do root for Cooper Flagg. First, damn sure that man's gonna be nice, and definitely following Luka. I only watch Lakers for Luka and Ant-Man. That is it, and some Joker and Giannis. Those are some great players to watch. I can't say Nico is a piece of shit. I don't know him personally to call him that, but I will say it's on Cuban for hiring a person who doesn't have experience in the NBA GM position. Well, Dev, that's nice of you, but I'll call him a piece of shit. He's one big piece of shit. All right. To be fair, losing Brunson was partially Donnie's fault, and Nico's fault for not giving him a contract before the trade deadline. She should have got him the deal. At the end of the day, like when you're in that role, you got to do what's best to protect the freaking team, and he didn't do so. The franchise lost its soul after they sold. Core value of loyalty and the fan focus was gone. The franchise became another corporate shill. Facts. And when you look at who the owners are of the Mavericks, it kind of tells you about its money over everything else, gentlemen. And I'll leave it at that before I get taken down because I'm voicing my opinion way too much. But I appreciate everybody watching, man. This was the 1 year anniversary of Luka Dončić being traded. I just wanted to come on here, just kind of hang out, chit chat, share thoughts, show y'all, kind of give y'all the run through as far as how the whole year went on, show you some videos, share perspectives, get your perspective. It's Cuban hired Nico, the Bucks side with Cuban. It does. Cuban is 100% at fault as well. Don't get it messed up. Look at these highlights. Cooper Flagg, you ain't that special like Luka. Let's see Cooper make shots like that. He always chokes when it matters most. Brother, he is a rookie, bro. He is a rookie. We're not finna do this, Div. I wish Div would show up during the Luka lives. You know what I'm saying? Div, I need you to show up tomorrow for the Luka live. All right? And then let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. What's crazy is I turned my ESPN notifications off like 2 hours before it happened. My wife said they were annoying. I bet she was annoyed, bro. I bet she was annoyed. Nick's in the building. I have PTSD from that night. You know, it's tough for me to go back and look at that night. As a matter of fact, let's do a quick little search here. I want to show you something. I want y'all to see. I want y'all to see how my channel was that night, or the following days. So let's scroll. Let's get there. Okay, so Luka gets traded here, right? And then I do this stream called "The Death of the Dallas Mavericks," ragged into all the Luka news, right? And so Luka Lakers show. This is where I'm discussing what to do move forward. The people from Europe are. So that stream, I think it went pretty well. And then I gotta scroll all the way down again. And then where's it at? Here it is. So then I did the vent session where I allowed people to come on stage to talk about how they felt about this. And in this vent session, we did a lot of talking, I'm not gonna lie. And then I did the quote unquote, at the time was the final Midnight Madness, kind of just announcing that I was kind of moving on to a different, covering a different part of Luka's journey. But the Mavericks are dead to me. So I released this video. This video went crazy. 12,000 views is big for me, obviously. But look how disgruntled I look. I have not slept. Literally been up all night. This is the following day. So the night that I did the Midnight Madness, where I was live as the trade happened. This was the following day, like when I woke up. I think I barely woke up, and I just made a quick little video just to talk about this. I was disgruntled. I was so upset, heartbroken, everything. And just look how I look, man. 3:45 p.m. as the time of this recording, February the 2nd, 2025. I just wanted to get on here and just share how I feel about everything right now. With what, fucking 12 hours into it. I've been a Mavs fan for a very long time. I've supported them through the ups and downs and been very upset with certain moves, been beyond happy with other moves, and this one was just, and I'm not going to get into anything more specific. It's just the fact that Luka Dončić is no longer a Dallas Maverick. You're about to cry. There's no words for it. There's absolutely no words for it. It's obviously like experiencing losing a loved one, bro, in a way. This hurt. No, this hurt, bro. Oh man, I can't do it, bro. I cannot do it. I cannot go back and look at that shit. But I wanted to release the video at the time because I don't like fabricating shit. That video's out there. I'll share it with you on the chat. I just can't watch it. I can't, bro. I can't. Like I think it's cool that it's out there. I just personally can't watch it because I'll get in my feelings because it was some real shit, man. It was some real shit. Like when it comes to these kind of things, I don't like to get performative. I like to be real. And I was very real in that situation. Very real. I was sick. Sick to my stomach, dog. Like bad. I was down bad. I was down bad at that time. I wasn't doing the greatest financially, professionally. I wasn't the greatest mentally. And then this happened. I was living in an 8x8. Again, and I don't say I'm living in an 8x8 to be ungrateful. I'm just telling you, like, I was very in a tight spot, unable to stretch my arms out. And then this happens on top of all the other personal life the decisions and choices and things that just weren't panning out for me. And And so it was crazy. It's like ever since this trade, I don't know, it may have woke me up and put me in a better place, better situation. But I've shot that video and I let it be. I could go watch it. It's in the comments below. But boy, I was fucked up. All Donnie needed to do was put a team option on the last season of Brunson's deal, and he would have been a restricted free agent. I don't know why he did it. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you, Darlene. What was Cuban's main reason for selling the team? Because he thought he couldn't get them a new stadium. That's what he said. Luka was making shots, clutching games as a rookie. He did. He still does to this day. I don't have a team still, although I follow the Magic for Mosley. That's dope. That's dope. I hope Magic don't pull no fast one and let go of Mosley. I just hope that healing goes there for everyone. Hopefully no more hate towards anyone, though, especially the players. The world doesn't need more hate, especially on Luka, AD, Max, or Cooper. Facts. My hate is solely with Nico Harrison and the Mavericks front office. Patrick Dumont, anybody up there, there's none of them. There's nothing they could do. It's still painful. Facts, bro. How are you feeling, TGK, now? I'm grateful, man. I'm thankful that I still have a connection with the base. I mean, a lot of everyone that's on here right now were there then. I'm glad that y'all are still rocking with me now. And then now we have a lot more, we have newer people rocking with us now. Now that we're doing the Luka Dončić lives, the Cooper Flagg watch-alongs, the Wemby watch-alongs. Like, I finally found a spot in this content creation game. And if y'all don't know, man, YouTube is very, very difficult. There's days where you release a video and you only get 20 views. And there's other days where you release a video and you get 1,000 views. And it's nothing more gratifying than you releasing content and people liking it. But for me personally, like, the YouTube's been the best it's ever been, but at what cost? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you were to tell me, oh, if you were to throw all your current YouTube success away to get Luka back, would you? Fuck yes, I would be like, bro, take the YouTube channel. I don't care. I'd rather watch Luka win championships than my YouTube be a success. Straight up. No bullshit. And I don't know, why did Cuban sell the team to people who don't know and care about the Mavs fans anyway? Money, bro. Money. All right, man. I think that is all for tonight. Appreciate all of y'all being here. It is about to be 10 p.m. Ain't trying to keep y'all up all night talking about this, but just wanted to take y'all down a little trip of memory lane. Hopefully, this was able to add a little more closure. I don't know, but a year's time on this is kind of ridiculous and it's kind of crazy. And I have not asked y'all to hit the like button at all. If y'all don't mind hitting that like button at one time for your boy, I would appreciate it very much. If y'all don't mind subscribing to the channel, tomorrow we will be live for the Lakers versus the Nets. And as soon as that game is done, I will stay live to watch the rest of the Mavericks versus the Celtics game, as long as it's a close game. If it is a blowout, we're done after the Lakers game. If the Mavericks are close against the Celtics, we're going to watch the Celtics after the Lakers game tomorrow. Again, Div trying to troll me again. Appreciate all of y'all watching, man. Love y'all. Peace. And hopefully y'all have a good night. Again, catch y'all tomorrow. It's been your boy TGK. Whoa, hold on. Hold on. We got a new member in the building. Hell yeah. Great way to end the show with someone subscribing to the channel. James Green just became an Access member. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you very, very much. And again, we'll catch y'all all live tomorrow for the Luka Live. And just so y'all can know what to expect tomorrow, we're going to be live tomorrow. We're going to be ready to go. Luka Live for the Lakers versus the Nets. And then if the Mavericks can hang in there with Boston Celtics, we'll do a little fourth quarter flag watch for you as well. Anyway, man, appreciate y'all watching. Been your boy TGK. We're going to keep the vibes going the rest of the year, watching all these games with y'all together. Again, until next time, it's been your boy TGK. We are out.